everyone, it's Annette Green. Oh my goodness, it's week 52. I'm working in my vintage black planner from Elizabeth Craft Designs. I have been doing 1 week per page of my life in 2023 and we are at the end. So this is going to be a longer video today, of course, because we have a lot to cover. Not only am I going to do the page, I have some shout outs, I have a big giveaway, and we have to talk about what I'm going to do for 2024 because everybody's asking and I can't wait to share. So lots and lots to cover. Let's get right into it here. Okay, this is how it starts. I'm just turning on the camera because this is how I began. Before I ever even did that intro you just watched, I have grabbed the Christmas tree page die and I'm just staring at it. But I do have 2 different ideas that are completely different. I mean, there's so many ways you can go with this one. So I'm thinking I'll just cut the page out with like a green cardstock, typical, right, for a tree. But to make it interesting, yes, I could use pattern paper, but just to make it fun and different and interesting, maybe I use a stamp to kind of stamp, you know, like the tree. I'm thinking maybe. This is my happy stamp set. Maybe I could combine the 2. I don't know. Okay, so that's one thought. And then the other one is, oh, I could take my lace borders and just start pasting them down to a piece of cardstock, say 2 different tones of green, and then die cut the whole thing. So I'm going to try both. I'm going to show you. Okay, we'll start with the stamping idea first because I feel like that's going to be the easiest. So I'm going to put it on a block for now, but I might do it without the block. I just don't know how this is going to work. We'll see. I don't know which way to go because, you know, all this goes up. So maybe it needs to go up. This could be a hot mess. That's why we do it. Okay, so I have rainforest, but I want to test it over here to see. That's really, really dark. And this is Shady Lane. Okay, I think Green Oasis is way too bright, so I'm not even going to try it, but I think Shady Lane's the way to go. Well, maybe both. Okay, let's just go for it. We'll start with Shady Lane. And this is paper from the Petal Pink paper collection from Esther. It has a map on the back, which I'm probably going to have to cover up because I want this to be sort of a flip open kind of deal, not right onto the page. So, what shall we do? Here, let's go up here first. Let's start at the top. Okay. You can't judge yet. You have to see it through. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm just going to skip down. Keep skipping down a little. Not every single one. It's interesting. I mean, I'm sure y'all are thinking, why doesn't she just use pattern paper? Why is she doing this? Because sometimes you just have to play and experiment just to do something different. You know me, I like to do something different. Okay, well, I don't hate it. Kind of interesting. Now, what would happen if we took that darker color? Should we do the same exact stamp? Maybe we should switch to the other stamp. I mean, we could try it over here first. That's what we should really do. Let me get that other color again. Okay. And then go with this darker color and see what would that look like. Yeah, I think it's not good. Too blobby. Too solid. I think we need to stick with the same stamp. I hope you agree. But I'm going to take it off of the block, like I said. So let's just see. If we tap it here and there, is this weird? I mean, Kind of interesting. I'm just using that very tippy top part. See my finger on there? It's sort of looking like a jungle. But like I said, we're going to try some other stuff, so we just can't judge yet. It's interesting. The faster I go, the better, because you don't overthink it. Just looking for some open places. We'll just finish it off up there. Why not? Okay, that's something. I don't hate it. It's not bad. All right, let's try that other thing. Okay, so I picked two different greens. These are also from that same paper pack, Petal Pink. This is that one that has this beautiful stuff over here. So very close to the same shade. This will be the base, this will be the top for my little borders. And so, because I know this is 5 inches wide right now, it's 5 by 8.5 before I die cut it. I'm gonna make my little strips like 5 and 3, what is that, 5.5? Yeah, see, my new trimmer. 5.5 by, I don't know how much yet, but I am gonna cut this to 6 so I have manageable size pieces. I'm gonna go die cut a whole bunch of borders and I'll be right back. Okay, that's gonna take a minute. I got a bunch of them cut out here, but I'm certain I don't have enough, so I'll have to cut more. But what I did really quickly here was I just did a pencil tracing about 1/4 of an inch around the actual tree shape when it's die cut, just so I don't waste a lot of time and glue and energy, you know, like gluing this all the way across the page. I know that I only have to go to like right here, and I can snip this particular one off and then use the rest of it down here somewhere. So just a little tip. Okay, that took a little bit, but thankfully I have 2 sets of dies, so I kind of could cut out 4 at a time, because I just used 2 styles and just kept alternating the 2. A couple things I learned: definitely have a non-stick craft sheet under your work, because I did stick to the paper here. So I finally did that, and that helped a lot. Also, this is very forgiving using 2 colors that are really close together, because you know, I started going a little uphill down here, and because it's such a close value to the paper behind it, it's not really noticeable, but you do want to take your time if you're going to do this, and the colors are a little more contrasty. All right, I'm going to go cut this out. I think the glue's all dry. The other thing before I cut it out is that I put glue on every little bit of the back side of this, because you just don't know where the die cut is going to land. So you just got to make sure you get it all adhered down really well. Okay, here we go. I know that some of you were probably thinking, is that going to die cut through all those layers? And the answer is pretty nicely. I'm just, you know, being a little careful pulling this apart. So I just used my regular, you know, Sizzix old Vagabond machine, and I ran it through twice. And yeah, that's a no-brainer, I think, for me. I could make this look good, but I really like the way this looks. So I'm going with this. Okay, and just so it's not so flimsy, I did die cut the same die again with some more of that paper, and so that will be the back side. Now it's nice and sturdy. I used a lot of glue, got it all together nice, and so now I can move on with my Christmas Joy here. I've grabbed Christmas and Joy from my Joy and Mary die set. This one here with all the good stuff on it that I used, what was it, last week? So I'm going to die cut something here, and this will probably go right here, because we're really just talking about Christmas week and what's been going on. Okay, I went into my scraps of green papers from past reminiscence books, and I found this pretty one. So I cut out Christmas Joy from that and put it right on my tree here. And I think I'm going to do the 52 out of there as well. So I'm just going to get that ready, because it coordinates nicely with my main facing page. So I always kind of set this up just in case I like the negative better, so I get it nice and close together, just in case you just don't know which one you're going to like better. Sometimes you use both in a little different way. See, so this is perfect. It's beautiful as is, but until I know exactly what I'm going to do, I do have this to consider as an option. Okay, and as I'm pulling the page together, I am thinking that I'm going to use the reverse, and of course we'll have to put something dark behind there, just to kind of tie in that same color down there. Now, this would work on top of something else as well. You know, like if we put it on a little banner that was a little darker, that's always an option too. So you have choices, but I think that I want to make just a little banner out of this and put this dark green behind there. And you know, I got this left over, so I'm going to use that, of course. Yeah, see, that's going to work out beautifully. Okay, I might as well do some shout outs while I'm doing some glue in here. And these shout outs are in no particular order. They come to mind first because I feel like these fine folks have watched, if not every video, most every video. And certainly this is not the end of that list, but these are the ones that spring to mind right away. So please don't be offended if I don't say you right away. I have more shout outs coming. So big shout outs to Mary. And Mary, you know who you are. I'm not going to say last names just for your own privacy. Carol, Pam, Celine, and Pat, Cheryl, Marie, Anne, Shava, Shirley, Adelaide, Jane, and Susan. For right now, that's my big shout out. So that's just my huge thank you to so many of you that follow along and leave me a nice comment. Even if it's very brief, you leave a nice little comment. Some of you leave nice long comments. I appreciate any comments, honestly. Okay, so there's my 52. I'm liking that, and I just kind of inked it with brown because that's what I have here. So that's probably going to go up there, and I just have to make some decisions how many photos I want to feature. I wanted to say kind of a lot of stuff this time because, you know, you get to the end of the year and you get to thinking about how fortunate you are and how grateful you are for things. So I do want to take some time and maybe do that on the inside here. Maybe just have one or two big photos because quite honestly, we didn't do a whole lot. We totally relaxed and chilled in our pajamas like all day on Christmas Day and watched movie after movie after movie and ate and snacked and just had a good time. We did go to dinner on Christmas night and I took absolutely no pictures. We went to a neighbor's house and had a great time and took absolutely not a single picture. So not a lot of pictures. So I'm just going to have to decide what I want to focus on and get that on here. Okay, so I have decided that I want to use this giant photo of us going on this beautiful hike, a very, very cold day, as my main picture here. And I'm just checking to make sure, is that going to look weird behind there? And I don't think so. I think it's fine. I got another haircut, so I'm going to put that picture in there. And then also a big part of my week was designing the dashboard planner class. So if you don't know about that, I can tell you about that in just a minute. But I'm thinking that I'm going to photo mat these and put them here. Have this be here. I'm not going to do a whole lot to this page. And then have my little bit of journaling thing go here. Now, I don't want to cover up too much of this pretty background I worked so hard to make. But I think if I use maybe something from this sheet in particular, has pink on the back, I think I want to like pull this in some way and get it on there if I can get it to fit. So I'm going to cut that out and check it and see if that's going to work. Okay, I can see right away it's too big. It's hanging way off over here. So we're going to eliminate some of this. And probably the paper trimmer is the better way to go here. Okay, so I shaved quite a bit of that down. Much smaller. But we still caught a little bit of that pink and that word documented down there, so that's nice. And it fits just perfectly right there. Okay, that's where my journaling will go. So I just have to get some photo mats on these photos. Okay, I have matted my photos. This one with the dark green, this one with the lighter, these two with the lighter green. And then I die cut from that same Christmas tree page die. There's these cute little tags and the little topper there. And then I cut myself a little piece to journal on there. And of course I have my journaling for this one. And then I cut some hole reinforcements here. This is like my favorite one. They look like tiny little doilies. And I use that same dark green paper. So I'm going to pop those on the page here. I'm not going to put any here because this is really thick and reinforced, but I'm going to use that on this page. So get those on there. And while I'm gluing these down, I'll do another shout out. And this time I give a special shout out thanks to Gail and 1031 Robin, Leslie, Kathy, Joanne, and Karen, and Jen, Ellen, Cindy, Jerry, Naomi, got a lot of them, Crystal, Wicked Mary, hey Mary, Margaret, and Lisa for now. Okay, I have placed these on the back of here. Happy with that. And I got my little tag journaled and ready to go. I was just going to put some little bit of waxed red twine on this little tag. And I have my main big photo over here. I feel like it's such a great photo for finishing out my year because we love to be outdoors. I love to be outdoors in particular. When I get any kind of exercise, I love to go on hikes. We have mountains right near us and all these wonderful trails, and I just feel like it's what brings me the greatest joy is to be outdoors with either myself or someone that I love. So that seems like a nice photo to end the year. So I'll just get this tag on here. And we'll get that other journaling card on the front, and this is probably pretty well done. You know, I'm kind of tempted to do something up in this area because it's blank, but this is going to be over the top and this is going to be here. So I don't know, I feel like maybe something should happen here. I'm going to think on that for a bit, but I am going to put my little journaling piece on here now that I've written it all out. Fits in there nicely. Okay, I have fussy cut out a few little roses here and also die cut this Fancy Flourish from my Fancy Flourishes set, which I think is going to be kind of nice back here, kind of coming down over the photo, filling in the background a little bit, and then that's what we see when we see it from the front, and then maybe my little roses will go here. I have to kind of work that out because I don't want to cover up the holes over here on the reinforcements. So it might be something like that. I think. Yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. It's very, very simple this time, this very last time. And that's okay, right? So this is how it looks when it's folded closed. I do have my kind of glittery glitter drops here from Nuvo, Tonic Nuvo drops. This is Ruby Slippers. So I thought I would just put a few dots of that around, and that's going to have to be set aside to dry. But basically, this is it. So if I were going to add some of this, I will test it out over here so it doesn't splotch out all over the place. But I'm just going to put a few dots here and there and let this just set to dry. Sort of like just little sparkles on my Christmas tree. And these will dry really nice and pink and very glittery. Super pretty. So I'll be sure, of course, to have the picture ready for you guys when it's all dry so you can see how that looks. I think that's going to be really pretty, so I'll set that over there. And then do I want to add some here? I think I do. I think I'll put some on some of these flourishes here, just on the tips. I think that would be pretty. just to tie it all in. I do see how I have that little spot there going over the whole reinforcement. I'm going to have to take care of that later. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. A couple more shout outs I wanted to make. Lisa, TKS Baskets. I don't know that person's name, but that's how they always comment. Patty and Deb and Asra and Leanne and Helene, Melissa, Jody, Nicole, Styles for Smiles, she always comments. Wendy, Sandy, Judy, Claudia, Roni, Tiffany, and Barbara. Okay, the sparkly stuff has dried, the Nouveau drops, and while I was looking at it, I decided to add some little pink stars here. These stars are just pulled from one of my random dies, and I cut it out of that same pink paper that I've been kind of playing with here for this. So this is how it looks. A little sparkly, very simple for this ending page. And then I love my little tree, and the back is very simple. So we'll get that into our planner. And while I'm doing that, I'll do a few more shout outs. I have so many. I know I'm not going to get everybody, and I apologize, but shout outs left right now. We want to thank, oh, look it, I got to cut that out. Crocodile, sorry. I would like to thank Debbie, Jenny, oh, this is so full, careful, ooh, don't want to pinch your finger. Debbie, Jenny, Lisa, Jody, Tamara, Dina, Peggy, Julie, Paula, there's many Paulas actually, but one of them is my cousin who I've never met. Belinda, Yona, Kimberly, Laura, Tracy, C. Kit, C. Carl, Sherry, Michelle, Linda, Betsy, Lisette, Carla, Elizabeth, Lolly, Christy, Dee, Anita, and Valerie. And I know that there's more of you, and so many of you actually have like a handle that doesn't really have your name. So I haven't called you out, I'm sorry, but I do know that you're there. I appreciate you very much all year long, and all your comments, and for viewing and watching, and for your support. So let's get on with it. We need a winner. First, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be giving away to my one winner. Got a little prize pack here. That'll be in there. I'm going to give away a card set made by me, a little notebook made by me, and a couple of goodies like double-sided adhesive, craft foam, some 49 and market great frames, a couple of dies, some basic hole reinforcements, and one of my favorite all-time alphabet tab dies, a full-size planner, some Nouveau drops, and yep, you saw it. These are the pages that I created, the dashboard pages for my class that I have available in my Etsy shop. I had to make a second set because I was teaching the class as I already finished the first set. So I had two laying there as I was teaching the class. So I have this extra set. So I thought, well, that would be lovely in here. And they're already done. So my winner is based on this. Believe me, it took a long time to do this. And I thought the fairest thing to do was to go through every week's video and accumulate the comments. So every time somebody made a comment, I would put their name in the hat. Okay? And so obviously your chances are better for winning if you commented a lot. So that's how we did it. We put them into one big hat. So again, I hate to just pick one person. I wish I could pick a whole bunch of winners, but my winner did end up being Carol Anderson. So congratulations to Carol. Carol, if you're watching today, which I'm sure that you are, God bless you, please message me privately and send me your address, and I will send you this sweet little gift package. This is not even the last thing in this video, but everybody's asking, what are you going to do for 2024? You know, are you going to do these weeklies again? So the answer is kind of yes, but differently. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I talked about this I think before, somewhere along the line. I am going to use my beautiful green leather planner, which was a specially made one from the retreat. That's going to be my planner for 2024. Now, because it says Banff, Canada 2023, that's a bit of an issue. I have to cover that up. So I've grabbed fabric. I have this idea in my head of covering that up. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, which is New Year's Day 2024, in the Facebook Live on the Elizabeth Craft Designs Facebook page. Now, if you can't watch it live, A-OK. All of their lives are saved on their YouTube channel and on their Facebook page, which is a public Facebook page. You can go there anytime. It's a little easier to find past lives on their YouTube channel. They are saved, I think, under a playlist of live streams. And just watch for January 1, 2024, and you can find it. So anyway, my plan is to use this lovely planner to cover it up. I'm going to do a little of that tomorrow, like I said. I'm also going to make at least 1 or 2 planner pages with my new idea, and that is I'm going to use my dashboards like we all know about now, right? My beautiful dashboard pages using the Graphic 45 paper. If you don't know anything about it, you can run to my Etsy shop. I do have a tutorial with a video link, so you can do this yourself. But my idea is to make it even simpler and faster to keep up every week is I am going to incorporate the Planner Essentials photo pocket pages, not every single page, but every other page. So for instance, this might be week 1, and then right away week 2 would be one of these. Now there's, 1, 2, 3, is there 3 of each design? And there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. What does it say? I'm sorry. 4 styles, 3 per style. So you have 12 here. Okay, so I may have to get another pack. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get another pack. But the idea is that every other page will be one of these. And I want to show you guys how pretty you can still make your pages with these pocket page protectors. And the main reason why I want to do this is because as I flip through my older planners that have absolutely no protection between, you just can't help sometimes getting a little bit of sticky on something, and then pages kind of stick together when you go to open them. So I wanted to avoid that and also just kind of protect the photos from each other and stuff on the opposing page. So that's where that idea has come from. Right now, nothing's sticking together terribly bad, but it definitely happens, especially in my first one of these 2. So that's the plan, and that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. So if you haven't been following me carefully on the social medias, I have a new Facebook group that I have set up. It's a private Facebook group that will have everything to do with weekly memory keeping. It's called Weekly Memory Keeping with Annette. That's the Facebook group. So if you're not already added to it and you want to join, just go to Facebook and find it and ask to be added, and I will add you. It'll be a great community where I will share my weekly pages. People will as well. We'll get so much inspiration and ideas and just, I think, motivation, really. We talked about accountability last week. I think that's why I came up with this idea. Is like, okay, if I can't provide them a video every single week on planner making, are they going to give up? Are they not going to want to do it? I think this is the answer to that. And this will help you, if you're really interested, kind of have some kind of, we talked about being accountable to somebody. Now you'll start that, and then people will wait to see, what are you going to do next week, that type of thing. So I'm hoping that that's what helps us all stay motivated and accountable and inspired. And you might ask, oh, why aren't you going to do videos on all your weeklies again? Here's exactly why. I love planner making, but I am a crafter of all sorts and kinds of things. I love making cards. I love shaping paper flowers. I like making 3D projects. I love making mini albums and junk journals. I feel like this year, by saying this was what I was going to do every week, that I really didn't have time for all the other wonderful things I would love to share with you guys. So every week I will still have a video. So if you're just used to hanging out with me every week, great, because I'm still going to do that. It just might not be a planner page every time. Once a month, at the end of the month, I will share a planner page. I will make it with you. And for the 3 or 4 weeks prior that I haven't shared, I'll kind of go back over those and I'll talk about anything. If there's a little technique I used or a little tip I want to share. So to me, it seems like the best of both worlds if you're an all-around crafter like me. Okay, now you get to see my face, like it or not. I just figured it would be nice to close with an actual face and a smile, and thank you again. What I'm going to do at the end here is just add a little kind of recap to music kind of situation to kind of flow through the year and the guest stars that I've had. Some of you will enjoy, and just sort of do a little recap video. So I hope you enjoy that, and thank you again.
Hello, I'm Paul.
And I'm Stephen, and we'd like to thank you for meeting Annette's week 85.
You gonna start making planners now?
No, but I'll watch you do them forever.
It's Annette Green and Paul Green, and Paul is going to do the video this week, mostly. Do you think you can start to glue some of this down? Do you want to?
You mean with that tape? Oh, with real glue?
Maybe that. Do you want to try? Are you scared?
I'll do it.
Okay.
It's gonna be a shit show.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't quite prepared for this at this time.
Looking very cute, though.
Hi all. Hi. Just dropped down in Annette's craft room. Gorgeous craft room. And the important thing, of course, is just to have fun with it, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm happy with that.
Me
Are
too.
you happy?
Yes.
Thank you so much for your help.
Yes, of course.